Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. How are you doing? I am pumped for this week. I'm pumped for today's lesson. We're going to cover my personal quarterly check-in checklist on basically at the turn of a quarter. How do I check in with myself? We're going to be talking about what's going on at the Louvre, however I'm supposed to say it, as well as why they call it a worm moon. And we're going to cover a warm cup of gratitude. Good morning and welcome to the State of the Spark, where we're igniting lives of explosive significance. And you're with me starting this day, and I couldn't be happier about it. Before we talk, and I share with you my personal checklist for quarterly check-ins, and basically at the turn of every quarter, how I make sure I'm on track for the goals I'm trying to achieve. You can steal this thing. I'll even have a really nice designed one uploaded to the Facebook Goals and Gratitude group for you lovely people so that you can take it and use it as your own. But before that, we're going to talk about how the Louvre is getting into the 21st century and putting every piece of artwork online. We'll talk about that. And where does the worm moon come from? We'll talk about that. But hey, if you're with me right now, I want you to grab your warm cup of tea, your warm cup of coffee. If you have a cleansing drink, I've got cayenne and ginger and lemon juice. Whatever it is you start your week with and start your day with, let's pick it up and do a warm cup of gratitude. Let's do this. I got to tell you, what I'm grateful for this morning is the Sunday my lovely wife gave me. We had a little bit of a tragedy Saturday that one of our closets fell apart, and it was no one's fault. The closet shelf just gave way to the weight finally, and after staring at it for about 10 minutes, realizing that oh man, Brittany says, oh, and I know I love this, so excited for profit share, grateful for business partners to share profits with. You cannot believe how excited I am about this, how excited I am about writing these checks, and how excited I am that knowing that I get to write profit share checks whips me into shape to make sure that my business is in shape for my partners. I love that dynamic. I love that dynamic. It's a fantastic dynamic from Brittany, one of our profit share partners. Super proud to be in business with these guys. But yeah, we had a closet fall apart this weekend, and that could really go sideways pretty quickly. And I was grateful that we were able to build a new closet out entirely. And then Marissa gave me a Sunday where she got all of my favorite junk foods. And from Saturday, late Saturday afternoon on, I could just unwind. It was super grateful for that. So super grateful for that. And I'm super grateful for my checklist, my alignment, the tools that we've been able to share with our profit share partners, with our friends that have made an impact in the world. We've gathered a ton of tools, and this is one of them. So I'm grateful for that. Let's talk about other news. How do we call it the worm moon? And how is the Louvre putting all of its art available to you? Let's do this. For those who have been hiding under a rock, last night was a gorgeous full moon. And it's been actually the last few days, it's been such a big full moon that it's hard to tell which day exactly was the full moon. I do believe it was last night. So this full moon is largely known as the worm moon. And this is because it symbolizes or indicates that spring is coming. The ground has thawed enough for worms to begin throwing castings and appearing in the soil. So around most parts of the world, most parts of the country, it is known as the worm moon. Now, it's not only known as the worm moon. Native American tribes have also referred to it as the crow moon, because the crow moon was basically around the time when crows were cawing to symbolize, hey, it's warming up, they're migrating, they're flocking. So it also symbolized spring to Native American tribes that called it the crow moon. So there you have a little bit of fun fact about why we generally call it the worm moon or the crow moon. I'm sure Marissa will want to call it the Crow Moon. Let's talk about how you can take every piece of artwork from the Louvre. Sorry, I was practicing this morning and playing how do you pronounce the Louvre? And I believe there's actually like a little bit of a war at the end, but my French is horrendous. Here we go. Yes, the Louvre, here we go, is posting all of its artwork online, over 482,000 pieces of artwork, even including the National Museum's recovery arm, which has basically collected artwork after World War II from the Nazi invasion. They've begun collecting it. It's begun to be returned. And now they're just going through the process of finding the families who this artwork belongs to. It even includes that artwork. In the collections, you can do simple or advanced searches, which is really impressive. Every curatorial, that's not my word, every curatorial department actually has their own selections and collections. There's even themed albums such as jewelry or writings or cuneiform. It's actually super cool. And my favorite aspect of this is that you can actually explore the Louvre room by room with an interactive map. And this is super cool because you can actually go through a virtual walkthrough. Now, a lot of you are getting your inoculations. A lot of the countries you want to visit are starting to accept people who have been inoculated and starting to find ways to open up. But for those who are still just curious, for homeschoolers that want to expose their children to art without having to go there yet, or maybe you want to show them a few pieces to tantalize them when you take them for road school and actually take them to France. Now, they are reporting that this database or this collection of art will grow over time. And let me give you the link. That's right here. Boom, boom. There we go. There's that link for you guys there, and there's that link for you guys there. This is the actual collection of nearly everything in the Louvre. And who's telling me that's awesome? Because you're awesome. Here, let's see. Oh, that's Carrie. Good morning, Carrie. Carrie, I apologize for not getting with you last week. I think we're on schedule for Tuesday, but I want to make sure that we're on the calendar to connect. But yes, it is awesome that you can see or browse. Like I'm telling you, do a French morning. Go out to Born and Bred if you're in Lakeland, or if you're not in Lakeland, your nearest coffee shop. Buy a croissant and an espresso. Put on a beret. Take a walk and then walk home or sit in the park and pull up your phone and click this link and then peruse the Louvre and actually find some collections you might like. I think that would be super fancy, and me and my lovely bride should do an awesome date at the Louvre. So there you have it, my lovely friends. Your other news for Monday morning, something more intelligent to talk about at the water cooler or with your friends, why they call it the worm moon, and how you can stroll the Louvre yourself with your loved one, spouse, or kids at the leisure of your fingertips. Let's talk about my personal quarterly checklist so I don't get lost in the world. Here we go. So listen, if you're a reader, raise your hand if you're a reader. I know Brittany was watching. She might still be watching. I'm not sure. Her hand should go up. She's a crazy ass reader. Adam's a reader. Carrie, I feel like you're a reader or an audiobook listener. If you're a reader, raise your hand. Now, if I could just take my camera here and span this room alone, I've probably got 50 books in this room and probably the bulk of my book collection in the other room. Over 500 books that we've kept. I've documented the books I've read throughout the years, and it's over 1,000 books that I could point to and know that I've read. I don't say that to impress you. I say that to impress upon you that I have been exposed to a ton of resources. There's Brittany's hands. Yes, 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 I'm a reader. Leave me alone, says Carrie. Yes, I'm a reader, says Brittany Welchel. You know we're readers, man. And leaders are readers. Take that one to the bank for you this morning. And if you've read, you know there are a ton of systems. There's a ton of systems. One big system that has impressed us greatly right here on the shelf, I still refer to it quite often, Scaling Up, phenomenal resource. And me and the Spark Nation, Brittany and Adam, we were about that Kool-Aid for a long time. Clockwork is in the other room. That's the one we've landed on right now. It's the right fit for our organizations. Actually, Adam and Brittany might be moving more towards the scaling up model, just the size and growth of their company. Spark Sites, and just so you guys know, here's our company. Spark Sites right there, that's still a good fit for Clockwork. Spark Bookkeeping right there, they're almost a good fit for scaling up that system. Spark Explorer, they're still in the early stages, Marissa with Spark Explorer, so she's probably just in a Clockwork mode. And the same with Spark Training. Spark Training is still in the early stages. So, but we keep an eye on these systems because you need different systems for different seasons. The tough thing about this, as I'm sure you have experienced, is which system do you use? What's your rubric? And my promise to myself, as well as the Spark Training people that are gathering to help launch Spark Training this year, hat tip to Brittany and Dr. Childs and James, who we've all been talking about this now for too long. And COVID hit, and 2021's our year to launch a training company, a certifying company, and create frameworks. And part of my desire, part of my opus, is to give you a rubric in my lifetime by which you know which tool to use and at what time. There's so many tools. And so Scaling Up's got a great business quarterly check-in checklist that we'll actually touch on Wednesday. Because when you don't know what to do, at some point you just need to pick a system that works for you and be consistent with that system. And the consistency is what brings magic in your life, not the system. So whether we use Scaling Up for our business or Clockwork, you do need to pick one that's good for a season, but you got to do it for enough time to get the benefit out of it. You've got to be consistent with your system, because quarter in and quarter out, month in and month out, if you're like me, you're ambitious, you want to do big things. But as soon as that quarter hits and as soon as you breathe and take a little bit of self-inventory, you realize, I chased way too many rabbits. Are you chasing rabbits? Well, Grant, what do you mean? Well, a man who chases two rabbits catches none. That's the age-old phrase, right? A person who chases two rabbits catches neither, right? Are you chasing rabbits? And you might be doing good effort. You might be chasing good goals. They both might be great goals. But it can be the same way with systems. If you're measuring multiple things, if you're chasing rabbits with your measuring system, your KPIs, your key performance indicators, you could be running left and running right. So I have been shaping in my own life an internal system and an external system. We're going to cover a little bit of this checklist, even though this Scaling Up, all the systems within Scaling Up, though they might be a little complex for you and your organization, there's one particular checklist that I think is good for any sized organization, and I'm going to bring that up on Wednesday. That's what I consider an external quarterly checklist for your check-in. Today, I'd like to cover my internal quarterly checklist that I'm going to turn into a tool and upload to the Goals and Gratitude group. I really like it. There's a few things I want to tweak on it, but I want to share it with you because it's one that I refer to. And as this quarter comes to a close, January, February, March is ending. The worm moon is out. It's a full moon. That means we're pivoting to summer. April is starting in just 1, 2, 3, 4 days. We're going to be in quarter 2. Can you believe it? Did March even exist? Hard to tell. So today what I want to do is I want to solve this problem of too many systems. I want to give a consistent way for you to check in with yourself. Now, for those who know the Spark, for those who know the state of the Spark and some of our tools, some of our frameworks, for our internal life, one of those tools is the TLE, the Total Life Experience. Now, the thing about the Total Life Experience is that it's made for you to guide your life in such a way that you're feeling fulfilled consistently. We'll spend more time or circle back or reiterate what the TLE is. We've covered this in the Facebook Goals and Gratitude group. There should be tools on stateofthespark.com. If not, I will load them on what is the TLE, the Total Life Experience. And it's a feeling. Goal setting, success, setting big things to achieve and then achieving them. What we're all chasing is a feeling. Whether we are super Christian or whether we're super Buddhist or whether we're super atheist or whether we're super scientific, we have to all be honest. We're trying to chase a feeling, and that feeling that we call success, what we call is the state of being sparked. Part of the TLE is to help us basically at least a little more scientifically approach how we're ensuring that we're giving ourselves the best chance possible to feel successful, to feel fulfilled in everything we do. So I'm going to share with you my checklist, and my checklist is based on the TLE. My checklist has 4 sections: fitness and health, healthy, happy relationships, work we enjoy, and spirituality, which is the framework of the TLE: fitness and health, healthy, happy relationships, work we enjoy, or our mission, and spirituality, or how we feel internally. And I consider this my internal checklist. So I just want to give you some questions that I want you to take with you through the week and through the day as you're pondering. Oh, there's my logo. For some reason, my logo disappeared. As you're pondering, did you do everything you could have done to elevate yourself? Did you do everything you could have done to consistently move forward so that you're not chasing multiple rabbits, you're chasing one? This is the internal checklist. So let's shape this. And I want you just to take this as an example. If you need to craft your own version of this, by all means. If you need to shape your own version of this, but let me just ask you a few questions, because these are the questions I ask myself. Let me be your Jiminy Cricket, your conscience in your ear, for you to ask yourself and answer these in your personal journal or just in your heart. Answer how well you scored on these. Are you ready? Let's ask a few questions, just a few here. In fitness and health, did you take care of your nutritional health? Did you drink more water than anything else? That's number 1. Number 2, did you take care of your physical health this quarter? Did you do it? Did you take care of your physical health this quarter? And in the comments, feel free to be gut level honest. Feel free to say yes and then give me an emoji on the thing we're talking about, or no and give me an emoji based on the thing we're talking about. Let's fill up the comments with your gut level honest response to these questions, because if you can't be honest with these questions, at least to yourself, and if you can't admit it out loud, are we going to actually get to fixing it? We're accountability partners, you and I. State of the Spark is your accountability partner. Go find Adam and Brittany, they're Spark citizens. Go find Marissa, she's a Spark citizen, and confess, I did or I didn't do these things, and I want to be aligned this quarter. Did I take care of my nutritional health? Did I take care of my physical health? Did I meditate at least regularly, at least 3 days a week? Oh, here we go. Carrie says, yes with water, no to physical health, no doctors, but needed. I don't know what that means. Maybe you need a few doctors. Okay. Yes with water, no with physical health, no doctors, but needed. Okay. That's honest. Thank you, Carrie. Did I do breathing exercises? And I recommend the Wim Hof breathing method at least 3 days a week. We could talk about that in some other video. Did I end my showers with cold showers at least 3 days a week? Again, we're talking about fitness and health. Oh, here we go. Savers Miracle Morning, getting back on it. What is that? You're going to have to drop a link. Carrie, could you drop a link on the Savers Miracle Morning? I'm not familiar with this system. I'd love to know. So in terms of healthy, happy, so we covered fitness and health. In terms of healthy, happy relationships, here we go. Get gut level honest, please. Did I intentionally invest in my spouse or partner relationships? For me, not enough. Carrie says, just learning that. And then she says, no cold showers. Get with the cold shower life, Carrie. You got to get with the cold shower, sister. I'm telling you, you take a hot shower first, and then you alternate with cold showers. Adam and Brittany, myself and Marissa, we've all done various forms of this. It really invigorates your day and stimulates your brain. There's a lot of good science on it, and we should just cover this in a separate video. So we're on to healthy, happy relationships. Did I intentionally invest in my spouse or partner relationship? And I would say this, not enough. Me and Marissa had a challenging quarter, if I were to be honest. Now we ended and we're ending the quarter much better, but I want a killer quarter 2 between me and my spouse. Did I have fun and intimacy with my spouse and partner? I know this is a stupid question for you young couples, but for you old hats, you know what I'm talking about. It can go on and you can realize you're not having fun or intimacy with your spouse. You're just grinding, and that's good. To be aligned and to create your destiny and to create your empire, that's good. But are you having fun? Are you having intimacy? My answer would be not enough. Not enough. Are my spouse and I in alignment on the goals for the next 90 days? Not yet, but we will be. It's not the end of the quarter. My wife and I will probably get to that late this week, because I think the first is on Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Marissa and I will probably do a quarterly check-in on that. Did I do anything that I should apologize for? And have I apologized? I know I've done things that I needed to apologize for. One in particular bothered me on Friday evening. And I went to that person. It wasn't Marissa. I went to that person and I apologized and I corrected it. And they were gracious enough to say, hey, no problem, man. Like, we're good. So I appreciated that, but it bothered me. Did you do anything that you needed to apologize for? And did you apologize? Did you improve? Here we go. We're talking about healthy, happy relationships. Did you improve your 10 closest friends? By that, I mean, did you eliminate anybody weighing you down? Did you add anyone new who's healthy and happy? Did you do things for your friends based on their love language? I didn't do that part so well. I need to do that part better. Carrie says S, silence. A, affirmations. V, visualizations. E, exercise. R, reading. S, scribing. And I assume that's journaling or writing. Hal Elrod. Okay, got it. The Savers Miracle Morning. I think I have heard of this now that you're mentioning this, Carrie. Thank you for this very much. I'm going to put this here. And for those watching, this is in the Facebook Goals and Gratitude group. For those who are watching in other places, jump over to Facebook Goals and Gratitude group. Carrie has dropped this one for your reference, and you can save this for your reference. Save it, get it, pun intended, dad jokes, for a good framework for the morning. Boom. I recommend it. So did I improve my 10 closest friends? That's the final question on healthy, happy relationships. And if you're in the Facebook Goals and Gratitude group, jump over there, because I will actually upload this as a tool in the Facebook Goals and Gratitude group for you to download. We'll also put it on the Spark Journey Toolkit on the State of the Spark. The third section for the TLE is work I enjoyed, AKA mission. A few quick questions about your mission, quarterly check-in. Did I give my best with integrity to my daily job or work? Now, you and I both know if you have a mission, we are probably pretty good at spinning our daily JOBs or our money-making income, and it's probably not necessarily in the middle bullseye target of our passion mission. It's probably good. It's probably helpful. It's probably the closest we have, and that's good. But we feel guilty sometimes in our secret quiet time admitting it's not really my passion, my goal. It's not really my target, but I can make it my target, and good on you. Good Spark citizens are people that can take what they're doing and make it the mission. That's a powerful skill, to take what you do, the monotony that other people are experiencing, and spin it because of your internal richness, your internal abundance. Can do alchemy at the daily grind that other people complain about. You can step into and make it magical. That's awesome. But in your secret part of your heart, you do also know it's okay to have the paradox. You do also know that it's not exactly your thing. That's okay. And Carrie admits she did not do enough of it, but she did love every bit of it. That's fine. So can we give it our best with integrity? That's okay. Did I move my mission forward? They could be the same thing, but there may not necessarily be the same thing. For work I enjoy, did I move my mission forward. That ultimate goal, the big thing we want to move towards. Marissa, props to Marissa. She's taken an awesome team of people, an awesome group of girls to Arizona to hike the Arizona Trail just in a few weeks. She spent all quarter long preparing, taking them on tester hikes, taking them on the Florida Trail, getting their equipment, getting herself in shape. Did you move your mission forward? I had several key conversations, and conversations sound cheap, but they're very important with the right people to move Spark training forward. I've had coaching, my coaching clients themselves. That's all Spark training, my one-on-one coaching. If you want coaching, let us know. Carrie says, nice. And I'm sure she's referring to Marissa's work. Did I move my mission forward? State of the Spark mission, igniting lives of explosive significance. Number 3, did I study, grow, or improve my knowledge and skills for my mission? Did I go get trained? Did I improve my MSPBA, the Spark Freedom Framework for Small Business, MSPBA, Marketing, Sales, Production, Bookkeeping, Admin? Did I improve my marketing skills or my sales skills or my system skills or my bookkeeping skills or my admin skills? Did I read up on my core competency? Do I know more about if I'm in real estate, my real estate business? If I'm doing websites, my website business? Did I learn more skills for my coaching business? I am reading right now because coaching is my main thing. One-on-one coaching is my main thing. Coaching That Counts, and an awesome framework. Did I improve my core competencies, my knowledge, my skills, my certifications? Carrie says, yes, I did. Boom. Did I use my daily top 5 habit for my mission? Now, the daily top 5, just to remind you guys, is before bed or before you clock out of work. When you are in the last bit of energy you have, you turn to the tomorrow's planner, or on Google Calendar or Google Keep, or on your desk calendar. I could show you my desk. I've got a desk calendar. I've also got a journal. Did you write down in all of these places, so that your brain is working on it unconsciously when you sleep, the top 5 things you need to do tomorrow to be who you want to be, to accomplish what you want to accomplish, to take your next level both for your job, your mission, your family, your TLE? Did you write them down? The daily top 5, and how you execute is you work on it all night in your unconscious. You wake up in the morning, and when you clock into work, you work on the first thing, and you do not come up for air. You do not check your social media unless that's the thing. You don't do anything other than that one thing until that first thing is done. And then the day is going to creep in, but then you get back to your items and you work on the second thing until that thing is done. And anything that's left undone, and usually they tell you don't stop the day until you've done those 5 things. But if you get to your end of your day and you still have things left over, those move into tomorrow's thing. And you do not come up, you don't get distracted. So, did you use the daily top 5 for your day? Boom. That's okay. Carrie says, no, I didn't. Leave me alone. That's all right. Did I invest in positive relationships for my mission? You should be investing in relationships. Now, sometimes we could feel like, well, am I using these people? Am I just friends with these people because I'm trying to get something out of them? That is a limited framework. And that means you come at things with a selfish heart. If you want to be the next real estate investor, if you want to be the next best property investment manager, if you want to be the next author, I'm writing books, I should make friends with authors. And yes, we're both trying to get something out of it, but that's not wrong. And are we using each other? Well, we're not manipulating one another. Sometimes people can get squirrely about, well, I feel guilty. I'm just making these friends because I'm trying to get somewhere. Yes, you're supposed to go where you're celebrated. You're supposed to curate the friends. Lisa Welsh says, much still to do. That's okay. There's always going to be a lot to do. But as it comes to investing in positive relationships for your mission, did you move it forward last quarter? And if not, how are you going to move it forward this quarter? Last but not least, we've covered fitness and health, healthy, happy relationships, work we enjoy, AKA the mission. And number 4, here we go. Brian says, cheer each other on, form a community. Absolutely. And ultimately, that's what our goal is for the Facebook Goals and Gratitude Group, a community of people. Now, what Brian is talking about, I think more on point, is the relationship specific to your mission, to be surrounded by other authors and to cheer each other on. In the case of Jessica Ojeda, she's doing homesteading. She's often here in the morning on the show. She's putting together a community of homesteaders. Man, I got love for that, man. Your profit share partners like Adam and Brittany, who are working on Spark Bookkeeping, and Marissa working on Spark Explore, me working on Spark Training, a community of people trying to make an impact in the world. I think it's absolutely important. Great call out by Brian Gardner. Okay, so the last part of the TLE, the total life experience, is spirituality. We covered fitness and health, a very grounded, earthly thing. We covered healthy, happy relationships. Man, that area of life is absolutely, Jessica says, I'm here, boom. I assume she's putting together a community of people who are homesteaders or homesteader focused. Boom, I'm here, she says. I love it. So fitness and health, healthy relationships, work we enjoy because that's how we start to interface with the world. And spirituality, I call it radiating purpose, connecting with God by connecting with others. Here's a few quick questions I ask myself each quarter to check in to make sure I'm moving better towards a more healthy spirituality. Number one, did I journal consistently? Let me know in the comments if you did. Say yes or no. Give me your emoji. Yes or no, did I journal at least 3 days a week, semi-consistently? Did I get that level of reflection in? Do I feel that I moved towards my abundant self? Do I feel? Feelings are important in the right context. Of course, feelings are absolutely important. Do I feel like I have moved more toward my goals and my more abundant self? Did I make an impact in someone else's life? Did I make an impact in someone else's life? Did I caringly donate my time, energy, or money into a cause I care about and believe in? Let's see. Carrie says semi. Maybe she did it a little bit. Maybe she feels that a little bit. That's honest. I appreciate that honesty. You got to be honest about these things. So number 4, did I caringly donate my time, energy, and or money into a cause I care about and believe it? I'm not talking about, oh, donating into this thing. Oh, I'm tithing this thing. And it just becomes mechanistic. Did I intentionally and caringly donate? I would say not hardly at all. I mean, I'm so focused on my mission and I'm so into what my mission is that I lose sight of just the giving part. Part of why we're going to be so abundant together, part of why it's no longer good enough for us as a group, as community, as Spark citizens. It's not good enough for us just to seek to be millionaires. Do you know you and I really should be planning on being decamillionaires? Just because of inflation, because of how big our hearts are and how many people we want to serve? I mean, the million's going to be tough enough. Or maybe the cash flow. It shouldn't be about that dollar figure. It should be about the profit margin. We can talk about that some of the time. But the resources that we need are probably a lot larger. But in the middle of all that hustle and bustle, the reason is so that we can give more to causes we believe in. To causes we believe in. Did you give care, time, energy, or money to causes you believe in? And are we striving in that direction? And lastly, do I feel more or less connected to myself and the divine? Do I feel more or less connected to myself and or the divine? Asking the question makes me feel closer, but in all honesty, if I reflected on my quarter, not enough. Not enough. Lisa Welsh replying to Jessica Ojeda, you should check out Florida Farm Finder on Facebook. Ooh, and Carrie says more. She feels more connected to herself and the divine. That's phenomenal. Listen, guys, I know this was a lot. Feel free to replay this. You'll be able to bookmark this and replay this video. And I'll actually try to save it. It's in the Facebook Goals and Gratitude group. I should organize this in the lessons in the Facebook Goals and Gratitude group, and then upload the graphic for this so you can download it or just have it on your screen as a PDF. And these are yes or no questions, right? Like check yes, check no. And they're meant to re-anchor you. Can you see how if you asked yourself these questions each quarter, how you'd start to put this in your unconscious mind and anchor yourself when the world and the winds of life kind of pull you left and right, and quarterly checking in like this creates an absolute anchor. Listen, guys, I cannot thank you enough. Carrie, Brittany, Jessica, Lisa, Brian, I cannot thank you enough for your interaction this morning. It means a lot to me because it means that I might be moving my mission just a bit forward, and that's helping other people ignite their lives of explosive significance. So I appreciate you playing along with me, and I hope that this tool will actually make sense to you. So I'll notify you guys, I'll upload the tool, and maybe it's been a little helpful for you to anchor yourself, and hopefully you can share this tool with someone who needs it. In fact, I'm going to challenge you right now. For those who have watched or will watch this, if you know of someone who needs an anchor point to pivot into next Q, please share this video with them, tag them, say, hey, you got to check this tool out, and I'll upload it and you can use it. Thank you so much for your time today, guys. Go out there and make it a killer week. But remember the mission, igniting lives of explosive significance, starting with your own. Have a phenomenal, phenomenal day. And thanks.